Hi everybody, we are going to get started with Unit 7 Lesson 2, Finding Equal Shares. So today students will learn how to fold and draw equal shares to show halves, thirds, and fourths. So the first thing that you're going to do today is, if you have a piece of paper, or on page 394, you're going to cut out the circles and then also these squares. So pause the video and do that, and then come back. So now that you have your circles cut out, you're going to fold one of them into a half, one of them into fourths, and then this one is really, really tricky, folding them into thirds. So once you have that done, you can keep going. So if you need some time, pause the video and move on. So now we're going to show all of the ways that we can making halves using one rectangle at a time. So mine aren't cut out on my screen. So when you're going to take one of your cutout rectangles and show halves all the way you can, all the way you can show thirds, and then all of the ways you can show fourths. And then we'll go over that together as we do the practice book pages so you can check your work to see if you were correct. So you need to be on practice page 395, and we need to make different shapes of a half with the same rectangle. And we're going to go through this together. So shade half of each rectangle. So I know I can cut it vertically in half, and I'm just going to shade one side today. And then I know I can do it horizontally and shade one half. And my one halves are not exact, and I know yours won't be either. All I'm looking for is your very best effort. Ooh, my shading got a little out of control. Now, you might be saying, Ms. Rice, these are two obvious ways. I already knew these two ways. So I'm going to show you that another way you can is go from one corner to the next and shade. And then the other corner to the next is another way that you can split these in halves. And that means when you split something in half, you have two whole parts. And when you're shading one half, you have one out of two shaded. So that's where our fraction 1/2 comes from. One out of two parts. So let's go on. Number 2, make 3/3. So we need to split these triangles up into thirds. So when I do this, I can't go to the half and be the halfway in between them, because that's not going to help me, because I need them to be equal. So if I did a half and then made 3, I can see those are not equal parts. Even though I'm not expecting myself to be perfect, I can tell I can do better than that. So I'm going to say, let's try, that looks like 1/3. Not exact, but close enough for me. Then I know I can do horizontal and vertical. So even though they're not exact, they have 3 equal parts. So if I shaded 1/3, shaded a third of each, and shading 1 out of 3 equal parts. Good. If you need to stop and review, please stop the video at any time and then go back and review, because I'm moving through these kind of quickly. So here we can make fourths, and there are so many ways. There are 8 different ways we can make fourths. So I'm going to show you a few. And one of my secrets of making fourths is to split it in half and then split each side in half again. And you can also do that horizontally, split it in half, split it in half, and in half, and then it says shade a fourth. So on each of these, I'm going to shade 1/4. So now I'm going to challenge you to come up with the next 6 ways that you can do this. And remember, you can go diagonal and diagonal